Welcome back to Cyint DFIR Academy. So in the previous video we have seen how to connect a U.2 SSD with TX1 and TX2. In this video we will be covering how to connect an Apple SSD specifically from 2013 to 2017 with TX1 and TX2. Let's get started. Now let's see how to connect Apple SSD with TX1. So we are aware that Apple didn't use any kind of standard SATA or M.2 NVMe interfaces. So they had their own proprietary edged connectors for that particular reason. Now if you recover any kind of MacBook Air or MacBook Pro from the crime scene that was released after 2013, then you can use this particular adapter, which is PCIe adapter for Apple SSD 2013 Plus, also known as TDA73. Alright. So in this particular adapter you can see on the top there is a PCIe connector which supports Gen 2 2x lane, and we use this particular cable. On the both side we have the PCIe Gen 2 2 lane to one end, we will be connecting it to the adapter and the other to the TX1 on the source side. Alright. So now let's see how to connect it, as now we don't have this particular SSD. So I'll be showing you how to connect it in case you receive one. So we'll be connecting the SSD first into this particular port. Alright, and then using this particular screw we will screw it and secure that particular evidence carefully. Okay, and then always make sure that it is kept on a flat surface. Then using this particular cable, one port we will be connecting it to the adapter and the other we will be connecting it on the source side of TX1, again represented by the lock symbol. Alright, so this is how you connect the Apple SSD with using an adapter with TX1. Now let's come to TX2, how to connect the Apple SSD with TX2. Now in this case, of course the cable changes because TX2 supports a PCIe Gen 3 4 lane, and we'll be using this particular cable TC PCIe 4-inch. Okay, and we'll be using this particular adapter. Alright, it is called TA73 or PCIe adapter for Apple SSD 2013 to 2017. Alright, everything remains the same, the connector, everything will remain the same. The only change comes is again this particular port for PCIe, which supports a PCIe Gen 3 4 lane. Alright, now here once I attach the particular SSD, I will be using this particular screw to connect it and secure the SSD properly. Then we will be using this particular cable to connect it on the adapter. Alright, and then the other end we will be using it to connect to the TX2. Alright, so once you have connected, a light will be showing, and that indicates that it is getting sufficient supply of power and it will be detected on your TX2. So this is how you connect the Apple SSD using a TA73 adapter with TX2. Now let's say that you want to use this particular adapter, which is TA73 with TX1. Alright, so again in that case we will be using this particular bridge or a connector which is called TCA PCIe PCIe 4, which converts the PCIe Gen 3 to Gen 2. Okay, and this side is compatible with TX1. So I have connected already the PCIe cable with the adapter. Now I will be keeping it aside and using this particular connector, I will be connecting it with this particular cable, that is the adapter. Alright, and then this end will be going to the source side of the TX1. So this is how you connect a TA73 with TX1. So in this video we have seen how to connect an Apple SSD specifically released between 2013 to 2017. In the upcoming video we will be further covering more Apple SSDs released further. So thank you for watching. Like, share and subscribe. Jai Hind.